This was recorded at the Media Joint.
That is so rude.
Boy, that's a bit rude.
Is it even that rude?
Welcome back to another episode of A Bit Rogue. Today in the studio I have Osher Günsberg. Just making sure I said it with an O, not a U. You may know him from the Bachelor franchise, Australian Idol, and most recently Dancing with the Stars. How are we this morning?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Do you say your last name on this show?
Listen, all right, start again.
No.
Welcome
I
back
want
to
to.
the
No.
show.
I want to ask.
Osher. Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah, because you have.
Beginning of the season, I say Skye Sydenham. I want people to know my government name.
Right. Well, I only ask this because I've always been wary of people that have a suburb or a city in their name.
Why? I'm like an OG.
Look, let me tell you, what kind of night do you think I'd have if I say I'm going out tonight with Johnny Gold Coast? What kind of night do you think that?
Sydenham is not Gold Coast.
Have you seen Sydenham lately? Gentrified. Whew.
No, I actually, but the metro's kind of sleigh that goes to Sydenham.
All right. So, like, if you've got if I'm writing this script at the moment, I'm working on this, developing this scripted thing with a production company, and the lead character, his name's Mickey Maroubra.
Oh, Maroubra.
Yeah. Oh no, Mickey Malabar is his name. Mickey Malabar.
What would you rename me if I had a different
No,
suburb?
I'd stick with Sydenham.
Yeah,
because
okay.
it's a dope part of the city.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. But you don't want to be Osher Bondi.
But I'm from the beaches. Like, no one ever correlates the two.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which beach?
Northern beaches.
Which
like,
one?
they don't leave.
There's
the
multiple
Narrabeen,
of
the
them.
2101, baby.
The Insular Peninsula.
Yeah.
Northeast. Skye, you got to have a...
I'm not going to be Skye Narrabeen. NN8's you, baby. Well, I actually wanted to go like a bit nostalgic because obviously, my curiosity.
We've just been discussing
was the
bits of
cat.
Sydney that if people aren't from Sydney, they're like, what the fuck are these two on
Yeah,
about?
they're like,
excuse me.
I'm from Melbourne. Anyway, so was Idol your catalyst into media?
No, not at all.
Well, that was 2003.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand about careers is that overnight, like you don't, like when you're asked, say you watch the Olympics, right? And someone wins the 100-meter sprint.
You're making me sound like
and
a
you've
dumbass.
never known them, you've never seen them before. You're
I'm
like,
dead.
wow, so it was the Paris Olympics? They're like, not really. No, it took a lot of work. So
Okay.
I didn't wear them today, but I normally wear hearing aids. And I wear hearing aids because I started as a roadie when I was 17,
Yeah,
fresh out of
shit,
school. I've been out
okay.
of school for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was a lighting guy, and did that for 3 years. I went to music school in that time, and I started playing in bands. And around 20, I got a job in radio in Brisbane.
Okay.
And I worked from midnight to 6. I did the icy cold cans
You did,
down
like,
the back of the truck for a
graveyard.
while. Yeah, so I did. I did everything at the radio station. I'm so old. I was editing on tape. All right, reel to reels, long time ago. And then this is 7 years. No, this is 2 years before you were born. I was doing radio, and then
You could be my daddy.
Whoa.
no,
Yes, my dad is 55.
no, because of the relationship I was in at the time. No, so technically,
Is that weird?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. Keep moving.
But then, so I did that, and then after a year or so, I started doing casual overnight shifts about 6 weeks in, which is a wild thing to do for someone who's just shown up in radio to do overnights at a capital city station. It's bananas because there's an ascension, there's a hierarchy, and I had something. The guy put me on, the program director put me on air.
It's not what you know, baby.
And then, no, it's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's how hard you work. That's the answer to the question. And so I did like 7 nights a week, six days, midnight to 6. While all my friends were off in Europe, doing MDMA and having a great old time, I was like there playing Celine Dion
I wish
songs.
I was in Europe right now doing MDMA. But
I don't.
You're
I'm
like
a
the
mother.
OG Smallsy.
No, thank you.
You're the OG Smallsy.
So I did.
Me or...
I did midnight. I did overnights until end of '98, and then I got a job at SAFM in Adelaide when the sun was up. I was there about 2 weeks and went, I've got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
pretty
Adelaide.
gnarly. Yeah.
And
There's nothing in Adelaide.
a friend called me and said, hey, this particular guy, his name was Nathan Harvey's just left Channel V, which is a music television station at the time. Before YouTube, we had music television.
Miss
And
it.
he said, you should send them a tape. So I made a tape. I had this hi-8 Oh, no, it's just video.
That's how you know Danny Clayton is through Channel V.
Yeah, I was a part of hiring him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and
so you're Danny's daddy too.
Yeah, and so yes, pretty much. And now Danny's my DJ daddy, but that's a longer story. And so then I got to Channel V in April '99, and I was on Channel V. We were doing 15 hours of live TV every week, and then 6 hours of pre-recorded TV.
Bro, that gives me a
every
migraine.
week. So by the time I got to Idol, which was 2003, I'd been in this game for 12 years.
Okay, so he was a veteran by the time he got to Idol.
And that was the hilarious thing, because there was TV people. Idol was we're network, and they were looking at me and Jimmy like, okay, so we're going to do what's called a link now. Okay, so this is where we go from the piece of video we've just seen to something that's happening now. All right, so we're going to be live. And we're like, yes, we've just been like live off the back of a truck, plugged into a satellite for 3 straight hours in a field in the middle of Dubbo, surrounded by thousands of kids, where there's no safety net, and you just do it.
Yeah.
And we're like, yes, mate. And then I actually saw her the other day, the woman that hired me for that Channel V job. She's incredible. Jackie's her name. She hired me with the most fantastic line, any boss. I'd met her for about 2 minutes, and she sits down and she says, when you leave here, I want people to ask, where the fuck did you come from? And it was the most extraordinary place to work, because that's how they treated everybody. It was, if you show us that you want to develop and learn, we will give you every resource possible, because the more valuable you are, the more valuable we all are.
Yeah.
And as a result, that cohort of people that left that network, when it's all gone now, those people run fucking $80 million companies. Everybody that worked there had this unbelievable training ground. And it really sucks that people can create. I mean, we're sitting here, there's 3 of us in this room, we're doing a 4-camera shoot. It's amazing. But we don't have that instant feedback. We don't have that, you know, the cohort of people around us, editors and audio people and people, you know.
Where's my hair and makeup?
People higher, I don't know. People higher than us.
I
My
need
wife's
them.
actually just down the road. She's working at Channel 7 today. Her alarm went off at 2:15.
Yuck.
I know. So she's like about 100 metres from where we are.
Wait, are you saying that because I should be scared?
No, because she's a hair and makeup artist.
Oh, stunning, beautiful. I wasn't sure why you were saying that.
So yeah, hard fucking work is how you do it. And trying to learn from people who are better than you
Yes.
is it. That's the only thing you can do.
Well,
You
that was
never make the mistake of thinking you're the best at it.
Well, actually, you're going to die. You're going to think I'm like actually stupid. So I literally was like going back in my brain. I was like, oh, when I first started watching Idol, like I was in kindy, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a long-term memory
You're
of
staying
mine.
up late in your jammies.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to talk to Osher about, like, I swear you had a co-host, Andrew G.
Oh, yeah.
and then I Googled.
Yeah, I know.
And that's fucking you.
Yeah, I know, right?
So we need to talk about the rebrand because, like, clearly it was very seamless. Like, it was so seamless. Like, what did you do? Why did we rebrand?
And I'm glad you
Are we allowed
mentioned-
to talk about this?
Yeah, of course. No, look, people change their names all the time.
You know what? That's your opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. If, like, I've not met anyone that's changed their name. You're
Bullshit.
my first.
You've changed your name.
No, this
Yes.
is my government
No,
name.
There's someone who calls you a name that changes who you are. But normative determinism is the kind of thing that I was going for. It is the name that you go by kind of determines what, you know, in a way, you rise to the standard of it. Okay?
Andrew G definitely just like resonates with me, like G spot.
Okay. Yes.
You know? So that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually a good idea that you did change.
There was a
to-
TV show named that. But there is one person who calls you a name that nobody else calls you, and it changes who you are and what you value and the way you live your life.
Oh, definitely my son. I am mummy.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you've changed your name.
Okay,
You go by a
slay.
different name.
Yeah.
All right.
What
And
are you at home?
I'm Dad,
Okay, yeah,
and
fair.
I'm Osher to my wife and my stepdaughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not Andrew.
No, I haven't. But I haven't had that name
Who
since
is that
2009.
person? Was that your government name, like your birth name?
I think so, but it's now.
but on
Osher is my government name.
Wait, but on your passport, what does it say?
Osher.
So you legally changed it.
Yeah, in 2 countries.
Shut the front door. That's pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
what did your mother say of that? Was she around when you changed
Fine
your
with
name? Okay.
Yeah. She changed the name. Both my parents changed their names. They had impronounceable European names.
Oh, I would be rattled if
And
Bates
Aussies
changed
were
his
like,
name.
names. My mum's name was Baruta Magdalena, and
Okay, fair. She wants to
yeah,
change her
and she
name.
went,
Okay.
"Just call me Ruth." She's like, "You what?" They couldn't.
Yeah, that's I get
pronounce.
that.
And my father's name was Misho, And they were like, Michelle, it's like Michael.
Yeah.
Just call me Michael.
Yeah.
And so both my parents changed their names. Lots of immigrants change their names. People change their names
Why
all the time.
Osher?
Mrs. Carrington in grade 2, that was Miss Smith. Same lady, went away for summer, came back, different clothes, different haircut. Now she's Mrs. Carrington. And she was very different. A very different person. She changed the name. People do it all the time. I did it because I was looking for, I met a bloke who told me if you change your name, you change your life. His reasons were...
Did that happen though?
Well, yeah. His reasons were I've since come to just kind of be not as valid as I initially thought they were. But it was more of the experience of, like, you can bet Calvin Broadhouse could never have released a record. No one would give a shit. But once he started calling himself Snoop Dogg, yep, people are into it. All right? O'Shea Jackson, who gives a shit?
Is my
But
stage name okay?
Ice Cube had us a really good
Should
day.
I keep Skye?
It's fucking good.
Yeah. Well,
It's a
that's
good
why I
name.
named Banks Banks, because I'm like, he don't have to change his name. Because the reason why I named Banks Banks is because I met a guy at a party in LA and he introduced himself as Banks. And I was like, a liar, when on Wikipedia it wasn't his name. And I was like, when I have a son one day, I will name him Banks.
You met Banksy.
No, I met Banks, like FaZe Banks, like FaZe Clan, the gamer. I mean, you asked me before if I seen the Minecraft movie.
I was going to say, because I know Banksy
No, I didn't meet
orbits
that.
LA.
He's
and
not Banksy.
It wasn't Banksy.
No,
You did
sorry.
meet Banks. But if you met Banksy, Banksy wouldn't say, my name's Banksy. I could be Banksy.
Well, that's like when you meet Marshmallow. He's not going to say his name's Marshmallow.
Apparently people in Limerick know who Blind Boy is, but no one cares.
I don't know who Blind Boy is.
You're about to have your brain peeled right open.
Oh,
you go dive into Blind Boy.
I
You
feel
enjoy
like
yourself.
you're massaging my brain when you're speaking. Wow, okay. So, but did you have a co-host on Idol or it just
James.
was you? Oh, is he still with us?
You're asking me if James Matheson's dead?
I was asking if he was alive. I don't know.
It's your show. It's your research.
All right.
I'll let you find. No, James Matheson is
I didn't know
alive.
that was his last name. He
James
changed his
Matheson
hair.
is very
He's
alive.
changed his hair.
You were 6. It's fine.
Listen, do you know why I don't like doing research?
You were my son's age when Idol was on. It's okay.
He will remember.
TV was in 4x3 and powered by steam.
No, I liked the Sony TV. My parents had that for 20 years. My parents have good jobs. They just don't like spending money. We just had this big box.
I don't
to
know. They
sew
sent
on.
you to cheerleading school, so wouldn't have been
Yeah,
cheap.
to be honest, they actually did do that.
I know as a dance dad, I know how expensive that shit is.
Yeah, dude, I
Hang
went
on,
to
I've got to buy how
World,
many
6
costumes?
grand.
I've got to buy how many? What, the costume
Yeah.
that she'll wear once? For how? Okay, all the kids have $200?
I was a dancer.
How much does it now cost to come in and see her do the dance that I've seen 5 times?
You have to buy the tickets to the matinee.
Got to buy the ticket. I was a terrible stepdad
Yeah.
for not going in there. And then you sit there and wait for 4 hours in some Blacktown fucking RSL.
But you're not allowed to compete unless you do ballet as well. So the classes, they add up.
Halloween at our place is pretty fun because we have this box of all of G's thousands of dollars of dance costumes
I'm coming to your house
that
next
don't
time I
fit
have a
anymore.
dress up.
Mate, our street Halloween is mad. You should come around.
I will, because the beaches don't really do the Halloween stuff that good.
Oh, down
My
in Bronte,
parents do
it is sick.
Okay, we'll
Like
come
thousands
to
in our
Bronte.
neighbourhood. There's thousands of kids.
I'm bringing
It's
the
unreal.
wagon and my child.
It's pretty good.
Oh my gosh, I still can't believe Andrew G and you are the same person. Anyway,
How old were you when you realised that?
today I'm 28, so 28.
Today's the day. There you go.
Before you made me do, because I was like, what the fuck was the other guy's name? And I was like, Andrew G.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought I was killing it. I was like, yes, his name's Andrew. I fully remembered. But then when I Googled it,
Well, it's
the
lovely to meet
photos
you.
was like coming up as you.
It's nice
And
to
I was
see you.
like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, that's
Dicko's not
interesting.
Dicko's real name.
Well, I gathered that, but it suits him.
It's not even anywhere close to his real name.
What is it? Come on.
I'm not going to tell you his
Spill
real
the
name. But
beans.
but it's not his real name.
Oh, I'll Wikipedia it then.
Good luck.
Really? Where is he? Is he in the country?
Also, good luck.
Oh, fuck. Because I was going to say, I'll just get him in here and we'll chat about it. So
He's a good chat. I can connect you. He's a good guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he scary?
No.
I recently had actually.
You know what I loved about Dicko is that people would give him shit and such. He's like, he put fucking Westlife together. He'd sold 100 million He'd sold 100 million records before Idol even started. So people were like, he was like, who are you? And people are like, blah, 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 blah. He's like, do you fucking have any clue what I've done? Do you have no?
Do you think you know who I am?
He walked with a swagger that, and it's not bragging if you could back it up, Skye. And he had a swagger. He had a walk that says, I know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to music.
I can't
And
wait
he's right.
till I'm there.
You've already got it.
Not for music though, but for like other things.
You've already got it. You already know. You look at a line of dancers who are auditioning. In 2 moves, you can tell me which one are going to be stepping forward and stepping back.
Yeah.
You already have it.
Well, I did try to do the splits on the weekend actually.
Have you kept your splits?
No, I started stretching yesterday though because I want it back.
Yeah.
Just how good if like you're at a party and be like, look at me guys.
Keep your
Bam.
splits over the holidays, girls.
And like, you know what? I'm going to mark my words. Like you inspired me a little bit with Dancing with the Stars. Like I will go on Dancing with the Stars one day and I'll be doing high kicks and splits.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm
if
gonna
you,
start
the
stretching
thing
now.
is, if you go on Dancing with the Stars, Kelly Abbey, who's the choreographer, will ask, oh, what can you do? You can say, I can do high kicks and splits.
I can literally do a backflip.
But that'll be your baseline. They'll be like, okay, well, let's get you doing a double. Like, because they have to challenge you. The show doesn't work unless
Yeah.
you're challenged.
Well, maybe I just won't practice until like, anyway, my management's going to be listening to this being like, she's so fucked.
In management, they'll take 20% of your fee.
No,
Tell them
that's
to
what
get
I
fucked.
mean. Like, because I'm just telling them all this stuff that I want to do. And I'm like, oh, BTWA, do you want to go Dancing with the Stars? You and Kyle definitely inspired me. I was like, because Kyle's come in here before. But that was my next thing. Like, so you've done Dancing with the Stars, you've done I'm a Celeb, like a few like
I've
side
done
quests.
I'm a Celeb. That
What,
was, must have been
2017?
somebody
You
else.
were hosting?
Pardon?
Did you host then?
No.
You
I think
did.
you got me confused for the other person.
Andrew G. So, okay, so did Andrew G host it?
No. Like,
You've
I'm
never
not a
been to the African jungle?
I'm not a 6'5" vet.
No, I know Chris. He's hot. You're hot too. No, you're hot too. You're hot too. You're hot too. I love the mullet, the moulet.
I'm not a 6'5" vet, nor am I the son of
Nah,
Steve
I
Irwin.
swear you went on I'm a Celebrity.
I am Julia Morris, though.
Okay.
Change my name.
She's a baddie. Okay, well, you've done other things. You've done the side quest Dancing with the Stars, but like, what is your goal? Because like, you obviously like you've hosted all the like Batch franchise. You did acting for a bit on that like random show, that recruitment show. No, not recruited. What was it called?
Wow. You really... No, I've never acted.
What? So you were a host on that too?
I've never acted.
Mind you, this is like my brain.
What
going
show are you
back.
talking about?
There was like this like paramedic show or something.
I did a voiceover on that.
Okay, voice actor. I've never done acting
But
before.
it's not acting.
What is it?
The only voice acting I've done was I was the voice of Coco the monkey for a Coco Pops ad.
Okay, that's a claim. You should tell people that.
But they wouldn't let me say the catchphrase, and I was spewing.
Oh.
It was a different campaign. And yeah, but I was the voice of the Coco the monkey.
Well, aside from your hosting life, like you want to be host for lifer?
I don't give a shit what I do. I just
Really?
all I do. Well, how do I put this?
Because you
I only know how to do one thing. This is it. This is what I know how to do.
Just
I know
talk.
how to connect with people through performance. That's what I know how to do.
Are we performing right now?
There's a performative element to what we're doing.
Yeah, fair.
All right. And that's okay. People perform when they're in a conversation with their friends. Like you put on a face to speak with your friends. If you're not having a great day, you can put on a face. You can handle it for 45 minutes,
Yeah.
cup of coffee. All right. So there's a performative nature to most interactions between humans. Doesn't make it a bad thing. I'm not crying into my fucking phone and posting it on TikTok about how upset I am that I saw a meme about something that made me sad for people who have a disability that I don't.
Why give your audience a bit of personal feel and touch?
I just performative mourning. I can't deal with that shit. That comes up in my feed sometimes.
It does creep me out a little bit.
What are you doing, mate? No, you're not. No, stop. But this is all I know how to do. This is what I do very well, and it's a skill, and it's something I've studied at, and it's something I work very hard
What did you
at.
study? Communication.
Actually, I did 6 weeks of a part-time comms degree at QUT before I realised it was too hard, and
Yeah.
I dropped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
did that
right
too.
before I had to start paying HECS, so I dropped out of
No,
university.
I
'cause
didn't.
was too
I did
hard.
it at the very end, so I still got like a fat hex.
Oh man, no, but I studied performance. I studied storytelling. I studied improv theatre.
Yeah, but
I
if Annie
studied
the
all of those
musical
things.
came to you tomorrow and they were like, Greg Page can no longer do
Which musical?
this. Annie?
Yeah, I'll do Annie.
Okay, but that's not a lifelong goal though.
What lifelong goal? What kind of world do we live in where we have lifelong
Well,
goals
if
now?
someone said to you,
The only
"Hey,"
goal I have is to put a roof over the head of my family, keep food in the fridge, keep the lights on, and make sure that my kids become a contribution to this world and not a burden on it. That's the goal.
a
However that
humble
happens,
man.
I'm fine.
Okay, Slay, that's kind of how I am too.
All right. However that happens, I'm fine.
I literally had this conversation last week with someone. I was like, I don't give a fuck about being like famous. I just want to feed my child.
It's like
It's relatable now. Okay, I relate to you.
Yeah.
I get
That's
it.
like if I can.
You just want to be a dad.
There's a part of me that, and I had to come to grips with this doing dancing. and I talked about this. I talk about this on the podcast already. So when I was on Dancing with the Stars, right? I thought, no, that's fine. I'm secure in myself. Why do I go on a show like this? I go on a show like this because I'm secure enough in my career that I can go and do something that I won't be good at and be fine. And I don't need them to tell me I'm good. It's all right. Also, I have had a long career in the kind of sometimes ritual humiliation that takes place in reality shows.
Yeah.
I know that could well come for me, and there's a high chance that it will, because of the schadenfreude of seeing someone whose entire job for many years has been crushing the dreams of singers and people trying to look for love. My job has been to say, you wanted to be a singing star, you're not. Goodbye.
You think you'd be immune to it?
You wanted to find love, they don't like you. Goodbye. That was my job, was the Axeman, right? I knew that's probably coming for me.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the part I'll play because it's a fun show. Let's go. When it started happening, I was like, oh, this hurt more than I wanted it to. Even though I knew, like, it's all a show.
But I feel like that's just human nature, though. And I don't think that's egotistic or like an insecurity. Like, I genuinely think it's human nature to feel like, oh, okay, like that's the feedback I got. I need to work harder.
I'd gone a long way with it. It was nowhere near the kind of self-worth that I struggled with when I was getting sober, but it was still like, well, that's interesting. I didn't think it would hurt this much. Oh, there's work to do here. I thought my work there was pretty done, but nope, there's some work there to do. And that was good, because then I had a chance to get to work on that. So, you know, and I led into that because you were talking about, I don't care about being famous. Like, I know that I can I can serve that goal of feeding my family and keeping a roof over our heads and giving my kids opportunities if there is some public profile involved at this point.
Yes.
But if there were no public profile, and I would, like, that's what I'm leveraging to do those things.
Yeah.
But if I could do those things without doing so, I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. My thing is, like, I know if I have that public profile, like, I can provide my son a household income of like 2 parents, you know, and like it's a life of 2 parents essentially could.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to stay under the like childcare threshold, you know, because the rebate's good.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're very lucky to have the country we have with the healthcare system we have. We are.
I actually looked it up the
amazingly
other
lucky.
day. Combined household income for you to receive childcare rebate is a combined income of like $553, and I was like, oh,
What, 1,000?
yes. So I was like, okay, so we're all sweet then.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I mean, maybe not for 2027. Girl can dream.
2027. Why think you're so far ahead?
Because I know what my income will be for 2026 for some contracts that are coming through.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
well.
Slay.
Hello. Watch this space.
Literally watch this space.
Let's see what happens here.
I actually have a random question because you're so knowledgeable in the like media world.
Okay.
It's not a scary question, but I just wanted to talk about like, so obviously the project was such a long standing show. It was on for like a long time. I haven't really heard people like in mainstream media really talk about like the effects of a show like that, kind of, what do you call it, being axed?
Mm-hmm.
What does that do to the industry? Like, what happens? Is it a heavy thing or is it a good thing because everyone can move on? Or what are your thoughts around the project ending?
So, broadcast in Australia is in a really, really precarious place because of the way that advertising revenue has gone, and because the main players in Australia who take a lot of our screen minutes of our eyeballs don't pay tax here.
Yeah.
The previous model was that the incumbent players, ABC, SBS 9, 7, 10, they had a quota of Australian content they needed to put on, okay? So that advertising revenue would get reinvested into local production. So, we see our stories, we see ourselves, we see that we are of value, that, oh, look, this is an Australian person going through Australian cultural things happening in prime time, we are worth this, all right?
Yep.
We don't see that now. Not only that, but it also keeps an industry of people that can make that happen. Catering, gaffers, lighting, camera ops, you know, everything. Like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people who do those jobs. But those people don't wear high vis to work, so politicians don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And so, for example, let's say let's say you invented some extraordinary smoothie recipe that cured 99% of all, gut worries, and now gastroenterologists are out of work because no one needs to go to the gastroenterologist.
Yeah.
We wouldn't let the gastroenterologists just fall off. We need them. We
Yeah.
need people that can do that.
Yeah.
All right? Because if we want to be able to tell our stories, we need to have these people. Right now, a show like that, which has been going for a very long time, it's quite an operation. People, plan their lives, plan their careers. They're able to, it's a big office down in Melbourne. It's a couple of hundred people. It's big.
Yeah.
And that's a couple of hundred full.
Don't they film in Sydney on like Sundays?
On Sundays
Or were
occasionally,
they?
yeah. But there's, might be a couple of hundred, probably like 80 to 100 people, full-time wages.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. There's a lot of school fees. There's a lot of grocery bills.
Yeah.
That's a lot of industry knowledge that then, in that training ground, we talked about Channel V before. If you're doing stuff every day, you're getting flight miles, man. Flight miles. Which surgeon do you want to go to? Do you want to go to the surgeon that's done a couple of, one-off things that people knew, or do you want to go to the surgeon that has done 10,000 of exactly the same thing?
Yeah.
Right. You want to go for the one that's had the chance to make lots and lots of mistakes and learn, not someone who's done something that was kind of good twice, because the chances that they'll fuck up are pretty high because they haven't got that longevity. So similarly, you've got all these people that have all this experience that then go off and do other things together. It's like any industry, you know.
Yeah.
But now that's gone. Like, the problem is, in the past, there would have the rest of the industry might have been able to absorb those workers, but that doesn't really exist.
I was just like, where are they going?
I know audio guys who are mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
All right. There's a post-production guy I know who's like, I put an application to be a bus driver the other day. This is a person that's never not looked at a Pro Tool screen for 30 years.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a humongous problem, but like I said, because we don't wear high vis, no one cares. Like, think about music festivals, for example. There was that time during COVID. This is people may understand this a bit more. How many cafes didn't make it through COVID, right? How many festivals didn't make it through COVID? That's, a continuity of work. There's maybe 8 big festivals around Australia, and there's probably 50 or 60 people who have that, protect that knowledge to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we need to protect a site out in the middle of Whoop Whoop. We need 10 kilometres of fencing to circle this place. Oh, you can call Frank.
Yes.
Because Frank's the guy. Frank's the guy that sets it up. Frank's the guy, and Frank's going to go from here. He's going to go to Groove in the Moo. He's going to go to Splendor. He's going to go blah, 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 blah. But for those, he, relies on those things to go to happen. That's how he feeds his family. But if that work goes away, Frank and his team, they have to go find other work.
Yeah.
And if only 2 festivals come back, he can't then stop the other work to go back and do that. And so now you're starting from scratch again. And that's what we're facing in the television and film industry.
Do you reckon the production companies are now just going to outsource overseas?
Well, right now, I don't think, this is the first year that SBS have not commissioned a drama, which is terrifyingly big news. Right now, I won't say, but Dancing with the Stars used to be live, used to be 12 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not that now.
Yeah.
We shot it in a very short amount of time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was like over the Christmas break or whatever.
We shot it in a very, very short amount of time.
Well, that's kind of slay for you.
Really,
you get your bang for your buck.
bro, how did you feel after you competed the next day when you gave it absolutely
you feel
everything?
pretty rooted.
All
yeah.
right then. But no. You've got to go back and train because you're doing an entirely new routine in 36 hours.
Yeah, it's my brain that can't cope.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And we did that.
Fuck you.
We did that every day. Like, that's what it was for those 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It was,
I've already made a plan in my head. I'm like, I'm going to start taking taxis.
so right now, most Australian production companies are just trying to keep the formats they've got on air.
Yes.
That's it. No one's commissioning anything new.
Yeah.
So I went from Gold Logie nominee to unemployment.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I know. Because I had 4 primetime TV shows on my mortgage when I signed the form.
Yeah.
And now I don't. I've managed to pay the mortgage for 2 years, but it's...
Yeah.
Whew, I used to have 5 jobs. Now I have
And
about
that's why
14.
you did Dancing with the
Now
Stars.
I have 14.
Yeah.
No. I did dancing because I was really interested in showing people something else. All right? Because
Because you can dance.
well, thank you. But since Idol, Channel V was the last time I was myself on camera.
Oh.
Since Idol, my job has been exposition.
Yes.
My job has simply just been there.
Here's
And
the
now,
script, this is what you
here's
do.
the set. Here's why you need to know what Skye's about to do is important. All right, this is my job now, is to let you know this thing that's about to happen with Skye. This is what's at stake for her,
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
And at the end, that's my job is just lane pipe. All right, traffic cop for those shows. It's not my job to give my input on what I think of you. All right, that's the judge's job. That's the audience's job. I'm not that. So for a long time, who I actually am and my own sense of self wasn't really conveyed on camera. Like on a podcast for 12 years now, yes, but not so much on telly. So doing a show like this, knowing like as a musician, and I worked really hard to make sure I had really good music, and much to the chagrin of the music clearance team, I was like, no, that's who knows what a string quartet arrangement of a Kanye West song is. No, we need this. It's by Hall & Oates. Let's go. And so I need the songs to really work for me. And they were really open to choreography choices and wardrobe choices, and putting my own personality into it. And that's why I did it, because performance is something that, as I mentioned before, it's something that I've always done. And getting the opportunity to do something like this, which I think it's really important as you grow up, you got to do stuff that's hard. You got to do stuff you don't know how to do.
Yeah. You
got to learn. You got to find humility before humility finds you, because you get to learn great lessons, like I learned about my own sense of self. And you get to work with unbelievable people who will be able to teach you stuff. I've got to work with Kelly Abbey on this show. She's a triple threat, absolute Godzilla of Australian dance and showbiz. She's fucking unbelievable. She did the motion capture for Mumble on Happy Feet.
Oh, cool.
Dude, we were doing a workshop one day, and she, I knew she'd done Happy Feet, and I remember the first couple of steps from that I Wish routine, and
such a theatre kid.
I couldn't remember the rest of it. And she's like, brum, brum. And I was like, what? And they said, you want to see the walk? I'll show you the walk. And then she did the walk. And it's like, I got goosebumps just watching her. But, and you've known this, working with choreographers, and if you've ever done a workshop when you're competing overseas and you get to work with some coach or some mad university, and you've done your whole routine, and they just go, Skye, your left elbow, here, there. And you go, and it unlocks everything. Like, she would just give notes like that.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
I actually thrive off constructive feedback, I think, because how I grew up. But if someone, I did have people come in and they were like, you look ugly, you all need to come to training tomorrow with your hair done and your face done. And we were like, oh, hair and face is done. So that's obviously different. But what would you say to people that, I wouldn't say younger, because, you can start your career at any age. Is it worth people wanting to dabble in TV, or should they have their full back aligned and then?
Mate, it's your choice. If you're risk averse, go do something that is risk averse.
Yeah.
All right. There's a movie called The Godfather, and the second film is called The Godfather Part 2. And there's a great line in there where Hyman Roth, played by the acting coach, great Lee Strasberg, he says to Michael Corleone, I never complain, because this is the business we have chosen. All right.
Okay.
If you want to choose this, understand that you can have access to humongous moments like this, but it's not linear, and you have moments like that. It's a seasonal gig. All right. It's 10 weeks at a time.
Does it ever make you wish that you had just climbed the corporate ladder to have stable income?
I try, dude. I try, but I can't sit at a desk.
I would never.
And I work. It was, only later in life, after various diagnoses, that I was like, sitting here with a psychiatrist, this is actually describing pretty much every person I work with.
Yeah.
Every camera operator, audio operator, they're people that did not do well at a desk.
Everyone is neurodivergent. I reckon talented people and people.
What's talented, Skye? Come on.
Anyway, grey area, but
in the performance and broadcast careers, there is, it attracts a cohort. It's a very stimulating thing.
Yeah.
All right. And so it attracts different brains, whereas
bright shiny lights.
What's that, Jocko?
Bright shiny lights.
He's not on the podcast artwork, but he doesn't even have a microphone. He talks a lot.
Microphone.
He does. He got a microphone over there.
He got a bloody microphone. Sometimes.
What, does he own the joint?
Must do.
Oh, yeah.
Must do. Sometimes he rings in and I'm like,
he does own the joint.
Do you want to know something really bad? I was on live this morning because, get the audience going before. He walks into the room and goes, oh, did you jump your guts? And I'm like, dude, I'm on live.
Yes is the answer.
Yeah, I did. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, yeah.
I've just had a coffee and it
went
was
to the
really good.
bathroom. Yeah.
You have a good coffee and not fart.
So
I
I
dare
was
you.
just like, far out, man. You
So
need
yeah,
to
I
get
would
back
say,
on
look,
the
if it's
mic.
what you want to do, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All right. But understand, like what I was saying before, it took me from 1994 to April 2000. No, like August 2003 was my apprenticeship to get on network television in Australia.
Yeah.
All right. You've got to be prepared to be not good for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're not gonna buy yourself a Sony Alpha and learn how to use Premiere and have 1 billion YouTube followers by Christmas. All right. You got to work at it. You've got to work at it.
Unless you're just a shining star, Ruffy in the.
But then how long does that
whatever.
last?
Yeah.
Where's the I do worry about it's not really young men because it's unfortunately the world is what it is. But I worry about young women who only capitalize on the way their ass looks on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever. Because right now you might be getting lots of likes and you're getting lots of this and that and the other, but your ass doesn't look like that.
I reckon you can do that if you
5
have a
years.
financial advisor working very closely with you.
If you 5 years from now, not even 5 months from now, someone with a better ass is going to show up.
100%. That's why you get your assets down ASAP.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it can work if you're smart and you work with a
You
financial
got to be
advisor.
clever. You got to be clever about it.
But unfortunately,
that better not be your thing.
what happens if next year
'Cause what else have you
pancake
got?
bums are in? We're all screwed.
Nah, man. You want to have something. I'll tell you what. Pancake bums. Because I was thinking about it the other
You're
day.
into that?
I learned the other day that Rick Rubin, the incredible Rick Rubin, his book on creativity is one of the most fantastic books you'll ever read. Rick Rubin co-produced not only Johnny Cash, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, fucking you name it. Rick Rubin co-produced Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
I watched that video again. I remember watching it at the time. You would have not been born. I remember watching that video at the time.
they're all oiled up.
And
though.
at the time, you look at the body shapes. At the time, I remember going, I've never seen women with bums like this.
Yeah.
It's 1992, one.
Yeah.
You look at that video now, you're like, and?
Yeah.
It's what body shapes are now compared to what this song was all about. I like big butts and I cannot lie. And
Yeah.
here's all these dancers, probably the dancers they could find that had the biggest butts they could find. You look at it now and you're like, but I've got a 2 Chainz video I'd like to show you, Mix-a-Lot. You know, it's about a birthday.
This
and,
is my analogy of cheerleading. Like when I watched Bring It On, I was like, fuck, those stunts are cool. And then when I went to Worlds, I was like, am I okay? Like that was my goal. My goal was to just like stand, you know? Similar
Yeah.
analogy.
Where did you do your work? Where was the Worlds?
Orlando, ESPN,
Oh,
at
right.
Disney.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
Throwback.
It's
was a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's a wild part of the world.
No, I was very safe at the time. They like hire out the whole of Disney, so you get to be block party with just all the
How old were you
cheerleaders.
when you went?
16.
Oh my, oh my.
Not really that long ago because I got my bio testing, and I'm 16. Stuck in time.
Are you foreseeing that there's going to be a time when you go through passport control and it has your date of birth and your bio age?
I just hope so because I'm so proud of that. Like when I got it back, I was like, yes, I thought I was going to get like 40, but I got 16 and I was like, okay, being sober for a little bit like kind of works.
Yeah, it does actually.
You should do that too. You might get 16 as well.
He is sober.
That's what I mean. You might get 16 as well.
Oh, the tests.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Maybe.
We got good insides.
Maybe. I'll see what happens.
Now, obviously, we all know that you are a very big mental health advocate. You've got your podcast.
Yeah.
And now you've just launched your book.
Another one, yes. We'll just put out a second book.
I thought you were about to pull it out. I was like, wait. I have
There's
to read
one
the whole
copy
thing
and
digitally.
I don't even have a copy at the moment.
I got it via email, so I got to actually have a look.
Oh, you saw the PDF?
Yeah.
That's great. I'd much rather do that because people send me books all the time for the podcast and I appreciate it.
You don't
but
like it?
I do, but after I've read the book, like it's not I'm happy for the book. If I do 10 authors for my podcast, I might keep 2 of those books.
Yeah.
All right. The person's interesting. The show's great. It's a great chat, but yeah, I've done the podcast for 12 years. It ends up being a lot of books. So I
Yeah.
much prefer getting it on a PDF.
I did my first ever book clear out the other day, actually. Anywho, let's talk about the book.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Tell me more.
The book's called So What, Now What?
It's an adult picture book, right?
Oh, it's for anybody. It's a graphic novel.
Well, I mean, when I first opened it, I was like, I just don't know if my 3-year-old will be able to relate to this.
No,
one.
it's not for your 3-year-old.
No.
Your 13-year-old, maybe.
Yeah, but it's a big book. Like, I was expecting it to be like a picture book kind of style. Like, for me, I was like, oh, I can lay down with this. It's like a lot of pages.
Yeah.
Your illustrator did a good job.
Cam's very good.
Big job.
What did you make of it?
That I need to sit down and not be distracted when I'm looking through it, but I do think it'll be a good coping tool for people as well.
That's
It
it,
reminded me a little bit of The Art of Not Giving a Fuck and Everything's Fucked by Mark Manson.
Yeah.
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 But the pictures definitely helped because, yeah, obviously my brain when reading, like I have to read the first page like a couple times before I can turn the page. So the pictures actually really helped.
Well, that was the idea. I wanted to give... So there was a time years ago, I think I was your age, when my first long-term girlfriend, we'd been together 7 years, moved out. And I was heartbroken. And someone threw me a copy of this book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And someone else gave me a copy of Who Moved My Cheese. I was like, what did I get? Oh. And I found relief in perspective of these short little books that I could read that gave me... And at the time, I didn't know what a psychologist was really. I mean, I knew, but I wasn't going to go. And I didn't think I needed help or anything like that. But I wanted to make a book like that. I wanted to make a book that you could read if you weren't having a great time, but you didn't want to go to the GP, or you didn't want to go to a psych, or you didn't want to talk to a therapist, or you didn't want to tell your mates. But also I want to make a book for people who are worried about someone, like, what the fuck is going on with that person? Like, they keep doing that thing that they think is going to make it better, drinking, gambling, sex, shopping, whatever, eating, and it just keeps getting worse. And they keep saying, I can't stand that I'm doing this, but it keeps getting worse. Why do they do that to themselves? I wanted to give a book for those people as well, if you're worried about someone you love, to help you understand a little bit of what's going on for them. And which is much like the first book I wrote, was for both the person going through it and the people that look after them.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to that, but it's the pretty much the same processes and the same tools that I used to kind of work through some of the more dark and more really frightening parts of what was going on with me. Right before Wolfgang was born, it's not uncommon for men to get a bit anxious because, baby's coming. For me, though, it started to bring... I got very unwell about 2014, 15, 16, and I was going through episodes of psychosis. It was really terrible. I was on a lot of drugs. And it was starting to... I could feel that sort of coming back again. I was like, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
And so I got back on some meds. My wife said, you need to get back to your doctor. And I was like, I know, because when I'm in it, I don't know I'm in it. So I trust her and went, okay. I went back to my doctor and I was taking the meds again, not the heavy ones, just garden variety selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and which just kind of loosen the grip on your thoughts. It allows you to do a bit of work that's a bit easier.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't getting better. I was like, fuck me, I'm going to have to get back on the heavy shit again. I don't want to do that because you put on heaps of weight, it fucks your testosterone, you're not interested in sex, the world feels like blue tack. It's great you're not nuts.
Yeah.
But, after a couple of months of it, you're like, so I went and saw this therapist who did a kind of therapy called acceptance commitment therapy, and it was very hard. It was hard work, but the skills that she taught me and the skills I learned, that's the skills I put in this book. It's not so much about, I want this terrible thing to go away. It is training yourself and working up the resilience to have the capacity to be with this terrible thing and still live a life that involves joy and love. An example I might give is that sometimes people might say something terrible happens in the news, or there's a clip you've seen of there's fucking war everywhere and it explodes at the moment, and you're having a great time. And how can you have a great time when this is happening? Like, well, I've got news for you. Like, we actually have the capacity to deal with both feelings, to deal with grief and sadness and sorrow and disappointment and loss and joy and fun. We can hold both. I've been to funerals where people laugh their ass off after just having buried their son, right? We, as in our brains, we have the room for it. But sometimes we forget that can happen. And when we're not doing very well, we can kind of lose that. And it's these tools and techniques that I got taught that can help you work on those muscles, those brain muscles, work on those neural pathways to recapture that and learn how to be with that stuff. And it's really powerful. It's the same shit that I used when I was going through all the chronic pain stuff with my hip and all that. But it's really, and it's the real thing. It's not some sort of, bunkum that, people can mutter into their Instagram camera and say, this is psychological advice. No, you're using words you're not qualified to use, and you're diagnosing things that are not that it, and you're changing. No, don't believe it. We work with an esteemed psychologist on this to make sure that it was right. And look, the book is only like 112 pages long, right? If I didn't have illustrations, it would have been 900 pages long.
Oh, geez.
All right. But I wanted to be able to have, because some of the concepts are quite complicated.
Yeah.
For example, and this is working with a psychologist, so everything in the book from front to back is legit. It's the real thing. It is
because you've written it with a psychologist?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. She cleared everything. She was really, really, really cool. But it was interesting because I wanted to talk about the thinking mind and the observing mind. And so I sent her these pages, these sketches, and I was like, so the thinking mind is a Labrador chasing a Frisbee, and the observing mind is sitting on a park bench watching that Labrador chase that Frisbee onto a freeway. If we're not, observant of that, if we're not noticing that we're getting caught up with our thinking mind, our observing mind is going to get in trouble. And we need to notice what's happening with our thoughts and understand, right now I'm making choices fueled by fear or panic or rage or, excitement. And she's like, yeah, that works. And so she cleared off all these wild analogies. But it worked. It really, really worked. This is lovely because I've got a very agitated catalogue sitting at my feet going, why are we not chasing sheep right now? Why are we not running around after 1,000 tennis balls? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry I'm not playing with you.
I think she's chasing the shadows. Oh, sorry.
It's pretty lovely. But yeah, and that was really important to me to be able to do that. And when I knew I wanted to be illustrated because of that reason, I wanted it to be very accessible to people who otherwise would maybe never seek help or know that they even needed help, and trying to make it write it in a way that doesn't feel condescending, which is why the book is a conversation between the reader and this glove, which is in the book. And I knew there was only one person that could have possibly illustrated it, and it's Cam Walker, Struthless, who's an amazing artist. He worked on my first live show for the first book. And, when I called him up and asked him if he could do this, he was like, yeah, man, I'm in, let's go. He's an amazing guy, incredibly knowledgeable. He did all the layout and everything. The book looks like nothing anyone's ever seen before. I never thought I'd write a graphic novel, but here I am.
How cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Well,
I'm incredibly proud for it. It's really powerful.
Well, how can the listeners purchase the book?
I don't know, man. You could probably find a link in the show notes that you'll put there.
I'll put them there. But do you want to link it to Big W? Do you want to link it to... Because I did say it's on Big W.
Oh, man, Big W is they sell more books than anyone in Australia.
Really? Yeah. I actually do buy a children's book from Big W, but I do a lot of my booking on Kindle, I will say.
Oh, yeah?
That's why I had to go through my...
We made an audiobook as well. You try making an audiobook for a graphic novel. It's hard, but we did it.
I'm going to listen to that one, actually.
We did it. It's pretty good. We're also doing a live show. So,
do you have a date for that yet, or you don't know?
Pardon?
You have a date for that yet?
Well, it's probably end of October, November. We're going to do it. But how do you do a live show when the lead character of your book is an anthropomorphic glove? Right?
I have some product research for you. You can go to the Hungry Caterpillar theatre production at the Opera House.
Right.
Because that one's real strange.
Well,
I don't know if that's appropriate for children. When I was watching it, I was like, I'm scared right now.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is that I've hacked a VR headset and I'm using an iPhone face capture, and I'm going to use Unreal Engine so I can stand on stage and use my hand to puppet and have my face capture here, so because on the smiley face.
This is very 2025 of you.
Yeah, and so on the screen behind me will be all the layout from the book, and we're kind of going to perform the book live.
That's cool.
Using live motion capture.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
You are living in the now.
I'm just trying to do cool shit, and it's not, I didn't invent the line, but if you ever meet someone who says, I just want to make cool shit with cool people, you should work with them.
Yeah.
because that's it. That's all you want to do. Because if
It's
you're making cool
giving-
shit with cool people, that's just, you are operating from, I'm just doing this because it brings me joy. If it brings me money as well, that's nice, but I'm doing this because it brings me joy to do this. And what happens then is that whoever's engaging with that art, whether it be a book, a hair care product, at this table, whoever's engaging with that they will feel that joy. They will feel that intensity.
It's
and they'll feel
giving
that
Channel
intention.
V. I worked at Channel V.
You did?
No, I'm saying it's giving.
Oh, right.
Sorry, generational language barrier.
No.
Well, I need to ask you
Okay.
if you could please share your most rogue moment.
A rogue moment. Now, can you give me some parameters here, please?
Okay, so if you're an Olympian, you could talk about your flaps hanging out of your swimsuit. If you are Hughesy, you can talk about being super stoned at the top of a tree and needing the fire brigade to get you down. If you're, I don't know, if you're Osher, what would you talk about? Or let's hear a story from Andrew G.
No, well,
or is it going to
depends.
come from Osher days?
A rogue moment.
You've got 2 different lives you can
When
pick
I was
from.
going, I have a lot of different lives. Well, not really. There's like sober and then before that. That's pretty
Yeah.
much all there is, really.
Okay.
A rogue moment. I had a rogue moment when my ego was running the show. This was before I got sober.
Are we getting a philosophical learning here?
It's up to you. You know, I'm sure there was a philosophical learning in having one's labia majora exposed on national television,
Oh, thank you for calling it a
international
labia.
television.
That's nice of
We
you.
use real words when we're describing genitals with kids. That's the safest
Yes.
way to do it.
Yes.
It's not a you know, a shasha or a pee. It's a penis. It's a
Yeah,
vagina.
back the fuck away from my labia, bitch.
Yeah, we use normal words.
Yeah.
This is the way it is. This is what the researchers said. This is the most important thing to
We gotta
protect
do
your
it.
kids. You got to protect your kids. Use real words. They're called nipples. It's not boobies. They're nipples. Moving on. No, son, I don't know why you and I have them, but we do. And yeah. I know, right? My ego was running the show. I hadn't got sober yet. I was just full of myself and believing all my own shit. And I was living in Los Angeles and I was coming back to Australia to do Idol. So I was here for 10 weeks. Then I go back over there, chase the dream. And I remember getting a fax, is how old I am. I got a fax with the deal for the next Channel 10 thing. And I just thought, you know what, stuff this. I need to get paid more. This is ridiculous. And I took a red pen, like I'm a cranky grade 11 accounting teacher, and I cross stuff out and go, no, this needs to be at least double that. And well, I will not work more than 3 days.
Did you
in
have a
5 day-"
management and like an agent at the time?
I had fired my manager at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's
so my ego was just going for it. And I was like, no, I'll work 3 out of every 5 days and no more than like I was just being and I angrily faxed it back and went, that's negotiation, baby. And then I heard nothing. I heard nothing, and then I heard more nothing, and then about a week and a half later, I texted my inside man there and went, "Hey man, did you get my fax?" And he goes, "Yeah, it didn't go over very well." I was like, "Ha, that's how it go. Negotiate hard. I start high, you go low. We meet in the middle."
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't think that's what's going to happen. And like 3 days later, I got a call, text. We've chosen to move in another direction. And
Bugger.
I was like, what? And I turned on my internets and,
My internet's? You said the plural.
and I noticed that Channel 10 have hired Ricky Lee to host Australian Idol.
Oh.
I had fucking negotiated myself out of a job.
Yeah.
I called my manager at the time. I had been orbiting this manager for, let's work on some things together.
Yeah.
I'd met him before I'd gone back to America. And I called him up and I said, mate, I know we talked about this and that and the other, but I think I've just blown this. I'll do anything. Can you make it happen again? And
Piss off, Ricky Lee.
no, she stayed. But in negotiation, there's a thing called leverage.
You didn't really have any leverage there, did you,
No,
Dal?
no, I did not.
Thanks,
and
Scott.
the amount that I ended up signing for was significantly less than what was originally offered. And so that was about as rogue as it got career-wise with that. Because I amazingly, that manager at the time, Mark Morrissey was his name, he's still a manager, not mine, but he's
I've heard him around.
He's very good at what he does.
Would you then
he
say...
saved my fucking career that day.
That's
but
good.
my bank balance my bank balance reminded me every fucking day of
Yeah.
like, this is what happens when you believe your own shit.
Yeah.
When you go rogue.
But would you go as far as saying like you birthed Ricky Lee's career? Because she's obviously in radio now.
Look, she chose to show up and audition for Idol in the first season. And
True that, but like
she sang
you
really well.
pretty much paved the way for her to be a
man.
host.
No, I didn't. No.
You're a modest man.
No, I didn't do that. No.
Ricky Lee is actually such a babe. One time I saw her out and she just started singing for
she's
my
mate.
mum.
Mate, nobody gets a gig as a favour. Nobody. Anybody you see on camera is there, or anyone you see who's got success is there because they are the best at what it is. It's show business, not show friends.
Yes.
There has to be a compelling business case for this person to be where they are. Nobody does any favours. Nepotism doesn't work in this gig.
I don't know. Brody Jenner makes me question that theory, but yeah, continue.
Brody's very good at what they do.
DJ Brody
Is very good at what they do.
Yeah.
You know, there's a part of that game.
I mean, he was scary in the early 2000s. You wouldn't have wanted him as a boyfriend.
Who wasn't? There was like, people had terrible haircuts.
I wish I could have been him for a day in like 2007.
You would have been 10. It would have been probably not a safe environment for you to be in.
No, but it would have been fun. I grew up watching Coyote Ugly, you know? It inspired me to be a stripper. I was like, I'm going to grow up one day and I'm going to be a stripper.
Was that part of your career path?
Not really, no.
Oh, that's all right if it was.
Yeah. Well, we're here now. So
Yeah.
I'd love to dance on this table. Like, look at it.
You'd love to what?
Dance on the table. Have you seen Coyote Ugly?
Have I?
Okay, cool. I spoke to someone yesterday.
You can't find the moonlight. Come on.
Oh, I love that you know that. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the book launch. Very exciting. And I will put it in the show notes.
So what now what and so what now what live.com.au.
We've got a website.
Yeah.
I'm just going to link the website then.
Got a website. Make it happen.
Oh, thank you so much.
Come and see the live show.
Yes, come in.
Tons of fun.
I'm going to come to the live show. I always love going to a live show.
When we're finished, I'll show you some of the test footage. I've got some footage from the technical tests. It's pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's rad.
Well, that's all right, baby.
Thanks for listening to A Bit Rogue, where we uncover the stories of athletes, artists, and celebrities with their most rogue moments. Episodes dropping every Wednesday.